Hello everyone. Let me just make my microphone a little bit closer and mute myself so you guys won't hear weird sounds. Bing. That should be a little bit better. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream of painting. We'll be painting the cover for the album. It's probably the first commission I've took in forever. I don't take commissions anymore. I just don't do that. But yeah, I will be doing like a loose sketch today, just a very base of the painting that I'll be doing further. And this is something that I will be doing for the band called Søren. I think that's how you Søren. Not really sure how you pronounce that, but that's a dark folk band, which you could hear in the intro. That was a song from their album, the previous album that they were doing, and this will be the new one. I took this commission because it's not only a cool thing to do a commission for a band, which is paying, because that's rare, because not many bands actually pay. And additionally, it is something that I personally really want to do because of the theme of this picture. I'll be showing that to you in a second. First of all, hello, nice to see you. There we go. Okay, so that's a picture that basically was sent to me in the first email that the guy wrote to me. And he told me, okay, so I saw this picture online, and I wanna like something like this on the cover, but in your style. And can you do that? I'm like, yeah, I'm super into that. This is great. It's a great idea. So yeah, basically we are basing a cover on this particular picture, and that's the loose sketch I was doing so far. So basically, I'll tell you like little differences which I made in comparison to the photo in a second. But we'll be doing that. Hello, Beardy Boy! I have yet to find an artist that doesn't hear exposure and have nothing but disgust in their hearts. You mean musician or what? I mean, for musicians in general, I have to say I'm always a little bit more like understanding than towards most of the other people, because I do know how difficult it is to earn money from music. It is super difficult, and but yeah, I don't agree to work for free anymore. It's just like it's not the time and age to do that anymore. But yeah, I remember like back in the days, I was actually like doing a lot of my first commissions in my life was free stuff I was doing for bands, because I was like, guys, I like your music, I wanna support you, I wanna help you out. So I would be doing this like websites from my friends who were in the band and stuff like that. I would be doing that all of this for free, just because I cared and I wanted to help them out, and I knew that they're not making any money out of it. So yeah, I often treat bands like charity, but nowadays, you know, I'm not doing work for free anymore. So I was pretty much like, you know, positively surprised when a band contacted me to do something for money. It was like, yay! Finally, a band that actually can do something like this. Because yeah, I've been doing like I did a cover for one Polish musician as well. Pretty cool one too. He's basically like a violinist, and he's doing violin stuff. And yeah, they were actually, you know, they were really trying to pay. They were really trying to do a commission fully. Although I knew that they didn't have much money, and I always like really appreciate something like this, because I know doing a band, for most of the bands in the world, it's just charity. So what engine does Witcher 3 use? Witcher 3 uses the Red engine. Basically, it's the engine that is developed by the CD Projekt Red. Two previous Witchers were based on Aurora engine, which is the engine that you can know from Neverwinter Nights or Neverwinter Nights 2. And then for the third one, Aurora was not enough to handle it, so they basically made their own engine, for which the toolkit was very similar to Aurora, so it wasn't so hard for the previous developers to jump into the new one, but it was their own engine. They did that engine themselves. Violence, hello. Paint ritual or otherwise. It's a weird little thing that people think they can get free work from these people, particularly artists who have oodles of experience and can earn a living. That's a thing. If you want to like read more about it and get really angry, I really recommend going to For Exposure Twitter, which is a really cool source of info. Anyway, let me play some music in the background. I'm not really sure if we'll be playing Søren only today. I think we can just go back to my old playlists, which I am using to paint in the background usually. Yeah, I mean it's a good little thing to play in there. Red Engine, yes, that's the name. Red Engine. Arouse also Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, that would make sense. Hello, Hello Spectre, what's up, boy? So yeah, I'll be doing this little painting today. After I will just stretch a little bit. I have a t-shirt from Spooky Scary on myself today. I'm sure if you guys see. That's my husband's design. Basically we ordered a few of those from our own store to get the samples and make sure that the print is good quality and everything. And this one looks really freaking dope. It's a very Monkey Islandy, a very Sea of Thievesy. Did Polish Costume confirm that you were in fact going to wear it? Polish Customs, yes, I had to pay Polish Customs to get those. Although I didn't have to pay to get them because they are like our shirts, which we did, but I have to pay a lot of money to Polish Customs to get them, which is sad. We can license Aurora or could. Think you need to be a legit dev house. I'm not really sure how it is with Aurora nowadays. I don't know if any studio uses Aurora now. Because that's a pretty old engine. Yeah, we have to like search for that. Because I have no idea. Anyway, I think everything here is ready. Let me just go back to my Twitch channel so I can see you guys here in the background. And we'll be just going straight from there on. Alright! Okay guys, so let me just show you quickly what do we have as a base in there. So that's the picture that we are supposed to base on right now. And my idea was as follows. As this is like the cover, you know, this is the front, this is the back. We have to make sure that it's, of course, on this side there will be something, a part of this of design going on the back side as well, the back cover. And additionally, we are supposed to base on these two pictures, right? So we have this picture, for example, and the Shadowrun returns picture is our reference for the colors. So they want the colors like this. This thing is supposed to be green. That's why I'm very much green today. This cover is supposed to be green with some little lush colors here and there just to make it proper. Pyro, can you make sure is my our audio levels good? Can you guys listen to music in the background? I know that the song just stopped right now, but yeah, let me know if the music is there. And then we have this one, which is supposed to be the base of the design. So, for the design, I was like, okay, let's take it, but we have to, alter it a little bit for the purpose of the cover, obviously. So, what I did is I'm basing on the flipped version, basically, but I also did a little bit of a changes in there. So, as you can see, if you, compare it this way, here, every girl is on the same level. Okay, so additionally what I got in the brief is that it has to be a little bit dark, of course dark, and has some lesbian undertones and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I'm all over it, that's fine. So what I did is I want these two girls, which will be hiding their faces, because I really like this on the picture. I love this one especially, I love this part that she's hiding her eyes with a hand. So my idea was that it's kind of like a ritual somewhere in the forest, you know, witches, basically witches trying to do a ritual on other newbie witches or something like that. That's my idea about it. And that's why I want these girls, these two, to dominate a little bit more over those two in the middle. Hence why I changed the positions of these girls from the original picture and I made them a little bit, you know, like this. So basically they are a little bit, it's kind of like a, you know, you have this thing in those churches where you have, let me just make a microphone go a little bit closer. where you have the preacher basically like, you know, holding a hand over a woman's head or a man's head, and they're like having those visions or something. So that was my idea. Like they are actually like pushing them back a little bit more. This woman is keeping, I think I'll make this hand, because she will have like a hand on her head, which will be like pushing it a little bit more, and they'll be just like doing it by force, kind of. Incentive. I know, yeah, this is going to be super cool. I love this idea. Ritual, how appropriate. I just set up Eldritch Horror. Awesome. Must be a little loud, but maybe just a song. Okay, that's good. Because I thought that was a little bit quiet, actually. Sounds sick. I know, yeah. And I wanted to make it a little bit like, you know, like freaking satanic ritual somewhere in the woods. Something like this. So that's the whole idea. That's what we'll be basing at. That's why I'll be hiding this picture right now, because I have the positions of them, like, how shall they look like, more or less.
Oh my
god, use incentive!
3,000 times. I don't know why I counted.
Thank you so much for 19 years! Holy crap!
Let me grab some attention.
19 years in a row, thank you so much for all of them. Hello, I was waiting for some drawing. Raluca, you're going to get it today. That's what we're doing. So, basically, yeah, we'll have those ladies. Actually, I kind of like wanna get this hand off and make her push her hair a little bit more, you know, like I want to make it here, because that's okay. So that's her hair will be there. She's, as you can see, oh yeah, I also changed one more thing. So basically here they're like this girl, she's just like waiting in here like this, right? That's not appropriate for a ritual. So I want them to be connected by arms like this, you know, like this basically, and I want them to be like closer together, trying to, like, they're kind of like fighting. I think, like, you know, the whole theme of this picture is they are doing it willingly, but at the same time they are keeping each other, like, you know, you cannot move if I don't move, you can't run away if I don't run away. We're in this together, bitch. You know, like, that's my idea about this. Like, we are in this together. We have to get through this. It's going to be painful. It's going to be weird, but I got you. So that's the whole idea, and that's why she will be like kind of lifting this lady in there, and yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see if this will work. Anyway, let me hide this thing, and let's make sure that, okay, so this woman has to have her hand on the top of this this girl's head. Virgin sacrifice, exactly. It's a pretty cool idea for an album cover, okay? I think it's like, this is exactly why I was like, I'm not taking any commissions. I'm not doing this. I have a lot of stuff to do. I have to do cold hearts and stuff. But when I heard this idea, I was like, I'm all over it. Totally doing it, but never scared and frightened. Yeah, because it's kind of like a witch ritual. So they usually they're usually pretty painful. They're usually pretty, like, you know, for example, when you're doing like psychedelic stuff, right? You're extremely afraid, like, you know, those like psychedelic rituals that people are doing in the Southern America or something like this. You're very afraid of this. You still want to do it. You're doing it willingly, out of your own, you know, conscious willing to do that. But once you step through that freaking gate, I don't know, you drink a potion which is supposed to give you all the visions and stuff. You're fucking afraid. You want to run away. You want to throw it all up. You want to basically get away from the situation because it's dangerous for you. It's a survival instinct. So they're keeping each other together so none of them will run away, basically. That's the idea. I'll be probably maybe changing the vampire playlist today. You know, that might be a pretty good idea. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it a little bit quieter for you boys. It's going to be painful, it's going to be weird. It's the name of my sex tape. Yes! Exactly. I'm so into that idea. Totally. Okay, so they are tied together. This girl has also... I kind of want to like go it over her mouth, but just a little bit. So something like this. And we'll be shading it a little bit today. We'll be doing, like, first of all, we'll be working on the sketch, then on some shading, and I think that'll be just good. Okay. And also about the clothing, I'm still like, you know, thinking what should they do in there. And my idea is to maybe do those like super floaty robes, so there's a lot of folds, which look nice in the pictures. What you looking at? It's an ayahuasca ritual. Exactly, yeah, that's the name. Something like this, because witches in general, you know, they're very much psychedelic. They sound like they were a lot of shrooms back in the days, you know. So that's what I'm thinking about. That's why also this picture will be very much green. The idea is to make it super green. Okay, this girl is like all ready to do the tying. And I really like the smile that the original girl from the picture had, like this little smirk she has on her face. It's freaking beautiful, and that's why I really want to like mimic that in there. She'll be smiling, she'll be doing it happily. So we can do, okay, yeah, I read everything. Yeah, exactly. You guys have a good idea on what I want to do in there. It's I think it's a pretty cool thing. I want them to have very minimal clothing in there. Just quickly see how her boobs were working. Okay, so she basically had this hair in there that was like hiding some of her. I think it's a good idea to keep some of her hair in there. We don't want any nudity per se, because I don't really think it's a good idea to have a nudity on a poster, which is or album cover, which is going to be on Spotify and stuff. So I got curious about Aurora Engine games. Last commercial game was in 2011. Freaking Dragon Age 2. Oh, interesting. Can you still draw after this long break from creative streams? I think so. Yeah, I did draw something out of like streams. You know. Also, I don't think it will be that much difficult to keep it like this. I'm thinking about maybe leaving her. Yeah, we can't make the butt visible either. We can just make it like very silky smooth material covering it all and showing the curves and stuff. Are you interested in a game called Raft? I saw some of it today on streams and not really. No, I have Conan Exiles. I'll be playing that one. It doesn't seem that great. It seems to be like a simulator of just throw this freaking rod outside and of the raft and just catch some bottles and stuff. I don't know. I mean, this one can be naked because she can be kind of hidden. Both of these girls can be naked. These ones can be clothed, but these ones can be naked. Because there'll be some foliage in here, they'll be hiding the parts per se. And this one is basically hidden by her. So it's not a big issue for these two, like the ones that are in charge, to be naked. I think so. Worst case, we'll just put some clothing on there. You get a private server for content? I didn't even open the game yet. Oh, looks good for you, yes. It looks really good for me. And I heard from a lot of people that it's basically the best game right now out of all the survival MMOs per se. So it's basically make it so they tie those two with human skin. I don't think it's a good idea. So you're looking to create a consistency between covers. Their first one seems slightly cartoonish. Not really. The consistency is going to be as the colors. The first one was blue and this one is supposed to be green. So I only had like a color palette. I'm not going to do the style that was on the first one because I'm not sure. I'm quite sure that the guys don't want it anymore. They want something totally different. So yeah, we're going to do something super different. So yeah, Conan looks for me great because it's supposedly it's just something that's that a lot of people are saying is a miracle what happened in that game. You know, that's what people are saying. A little below. This. Better. Take like wrong color. There we go. Okay. Good. The line of the spine. I think the ass should be a little bit below though. Like this, right? Yeah. Better. Also, they open bit of Doveless? Not Dauntless? Doveless? Do you mean Dauntless or Doveless? Because Dauntless is already released, isn't it? Why do we make them all Disney princesses? Yeah, well, it's kinda hard to get in. A login servers are currently experiencing heavy demands. They're okay, I see. Oh, so you're talking about Conan, or what? Why would we make one with covered eyes noseless? Why? Why would we do that? Okay. One can totally have a naked belly. Some folds in there. I want some like really nice materials in this one. Like I want some folding, I want some stuff like this. Like very majestic kind of a clothing, like they are sort of like a, you know, like those materials kind of like are supposed to show you that someone is noble, someone is from a higher status, and that person is like brought down by these naked witches. Hello, Gregory Diner, nice to see you there. You're like, nah, don't think about that. Now Ripley is princess and Android is Gaston. What? Is Ripley a Disney princess? What? Why? I always liked Ripley, so please don't ruin her for me telling me she's actually a freaking Disney girl. Okay. And this song is so fitting. Nothing on what to do in here. How to hide her boobs? Because I want to hide her boobs somehow. They could be hidden by the hair. We could do that. Like hide the nipples with the hair. Maybe with one. Like I'm thinking right now, like I'm getting a little bit overboard. We probably shouldn't do that, but just have her hands touch her boob and hide it this way. But maybe not. You're a Disney princess. Ah, you're being. Thank you. I'll be probably a Disney villain though. I was always into villains, so I think I'll be a little bit better. I think I'll be a pretty cool Disney villain. Oh yeah. I think we'll be doing a black and white version first, and then we'll be adding the colors. I'm thinking that, yeah, we could probably hide those nipples with the hair. And then add some, like, clothing in here. Some robes that were kind of like torn away from her. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Just remember that she would have a leg in there. She'd have one leg a little bit here and one here. Yeah, like this. Be a little bit better. and this one like this, going a little bit to the front. Trying to like get the balance between them. And some foliage in there, which will kind of like surround them. And hide the, you know, the butts. And maybe in the back cover, there will be like a little field in the forest. And in the distance, there will be like a small silhouette of a woman dancing in a circle or something like this. I think it'll be like fitting the theme. They have a thing that says you need to be this tall to be a Disney princess, and Astra wasn't able to get so far. It is true, yes. Yeah, so see what I'm meaning? Like we'll have this little forest in there. And we'll have some woman in the circle dancing. Like somewhere on a moonlit kind of a field. Very cool, pretty cool to see. Steam sale is on, time to grind the challenges for a batch that means nothing. Is this Steam sale on? Go check it out. Okay, we'll be doing that with the colors though. There'll be like a little team of girls in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 girls like this in a circle. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Hello, it's River, what's up, man? But we're focusing on this right now. That's the main focus of our painting day. Alright, let me just do a little bit of a shading in there. Oh yeah. Using all the colors. I'm not really sure yet where the light should fall exactly, but we'll figure it out. Make this grayish kind of a background for them. Actually, just do it this way. Just make a little frame for it. Okay. Put a frame in there. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck. I didn't fix it up fully. Of course I didn't. I never do. No? Alright. A little bit more on the hard side, thank you. I really like this song, it's such a cool song. Okay. A little bit more in there. Just doing a little silhouette right now. Probably bump the music volume up a little. Really? Okay, sure. Like this? I can do it easily. People told me that's a little bit too loud. I can easily make it a little bit quiet. More quiet. Easy peasy. Okay, we have to make sure that this woman won't be visible through her Even okay, we'll be making her hair go this way anyway. That's fine. For now, this way. I would like this. Just making a silhouette so I can shade it properly. I'll be shading it according to some to the light source that I will figure out in a moment. Because I usually do this first when I just basically do the whole painting in black and white with the light sources, so I can know exactly when the light goes. And then after that, I tend to change the pace a little bit. Okay, the bottom isn't important because it will be hidden by the foliage anyway, so I'll be just doing it this way right now. I don't really care about the bottom. This looks like the silhouette so far, which is good. A little bit more on this side, please. Two. Really good songs in the background today. We're playing a vampire playlist, which I made with Pyro back in the day. So it's basically like a little playlist we did together just to have something to be hyped for the new vampire game, which will never come probably. Song was loud. What? Was another Astra's voice? Yeah, that's the only thing that you want to do, to have my voice being, you know, there, and music not being too quiet in comparison to it. Okay, actually I would make the background a little bit less saturated. Like this, there we go. Pretty cool. And now, I'm still thinking if they should be, they won't be fully lit though. That's the whole situation. You have to be a little bit on the darker side, but okay. And now let's figure out where we want to. I think the light should be. It could either like light up her this way, because we could do it this way. So basically, we have we take a brighter color, little hardness, little opacity, and just bring it there. So basically we could have the light falling here, like this. And then this part of her body will be light, this part will be light. There'll be like a light in here, and this part will be lit. I think that'd be pretty cool to have like light coming from this side, right? Right. If so, then we have to like undo it a little bit, because I think it's a good idea. We could also do the light from behind, but I'm not really sure this is the best what we could do. I want to color over like this with this kind of a color probably. Come on, right here. A little bit darker. Okay. And now filter render lighting effects. I'll be lighting up from this side. Maybe we have to do it a little bit differently. Basically, we have to make this light white. Float it up just a little bit. Okay, that'll be the base for our color right now. And I think it'll be pretty cool if we do it this way. Same with the background in there. This particular part of the background, that is. Layer via copy. Render. Lighting effects, and let's do the same in here, this way. Yep, we're pretty cool. Hello, Duo, what's up, man? Music is only filler, to be honest. Yeah, but it has to be a filler there because of the fact that I am, you know, I'm not talking when I'm like focusing on pictures. So I don't want like moments of silence in there. It's a gas film. That's true. That's true. If color scheme is meant to be teal blue, then the fire would work unless the fire means to be, I don't know, honest or something. Green fire, we could do a green fire in the background to do a little bit of a light in here and there. So do the, basically if we do the theme is supposed to be green, very much greenish, and based a little bit on how Shadowrun looks like. So we could make this tealish or greenish fire, magical fire, somewhere in the background, somewhere in this part, for example. So it will do the alternate lights. So it'll be moon from this side, which will be more tealish, and the green light from this side, making this super bright green highlights on the other side. Because you always have to have a counter light, so we can do the two lights together. I think that'll be a pretty cool idea. Pretty cool idea. We'll be working on that, but first of all, we need to make sure. Yeah, we could actually do that. Let me just make sure that, okay, let me copy merge that. Copy merge and paste it there. That's just not that much important. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, this. Copy merged. And so let's do another one of those. Yeah, because we could do coloring like straight away to see how everything will look like, more or less. Yeah, I have an idea. Let's do it this way. Let's make it like very much bluish. Or greenish, yeah. Like this. Pretty decent color. Ambience has to be very, very negative. Okay. Good. And now this part from this one. Yeah, okay, so do it differently. Hide this thing. Do this thing. Okay. There we go. That's what I want to do. And make them darker. And that's the first part. The booty is the light source. No. You want me the light source. Don't worry. Okay. You have this greenish part in here. It has to be way more dark in there. The booty, yeah, the light source will be behind the booty, sorry. Way behind the booty. Okay. Okay? That's the part one. And the part two being that we are doing another light source coming from this side. And for this, we can actually duplicate, merge together, render lighting effects. Can we do a spotlight? No spotlight. The infinite doesn't work that well, unfortunately. Yeah. General lighting, yeah. This one. There we go. That's what I wanted. And make it very, very much blue. Or, like, yeah. Kind of a more moon color in there. Okay, ambience on very much positive, please. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's what I mean. Okay, yeah. I mean like a light of a moon or something coming from. We'll be making it a little bit like the rays will be there later on and stuff like that, but that's for now. It's just to make the colors a little bit, you know, visible. Ambience, this is a little bit on minus. So it's like indicate. There we go. Alright. It's already something that I wanted to do. And select inverse. Make sure that this is a little bit darker than the rest of them. at least this part. So maybe you can just take a very dark greenish color and just make this dark. There we go. That's the initial colors that I want to have in general. And now over this, we can make the actual colors of the ladies and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about the concept art, but I really like it. Thank you, G-Walk. Basically, it's supposed to be the brief that I got is that it's supposed to be the cover for the band. Hello, Prep Prince. Nice to see you there. Welcome. I really hope you enjoyed there. So that's the cover for the dark folk band called Søren, and they wanted me to base it on this picture. So this is the picture they sent me. They wanted with some like dark with some lesbian undertones and green. They wanted very green. So yeah, they want to use this picture somehow and paint something from it. So that's what I'm like making up so far. Ladies, kind of like doing some witchy ritual in there. that's the whole idea. I spent about a half a year imitating Bob Ross. That's great. Is there flowers in the hair or the girl in the back of the photo? Yeah, there are flowers in her hair. It's a cool thing that we can use actually. I love flowers in her hair. I think it's a cool idea. Very cool idea. Right, let's do the color right layer. I think color will be good. to visit us. Hope you will enjoy this little stream. I think they should have a little bit more otherworldly color than the other girls. These ones. So let me just cut it up. And cut this thing up too. Okay? Got him? See what I mean? A little bit more otherworldly color of the skin. Maybe a little bit lighter. Like you have like real humans in there, and these two girls are freaking witches. Yeah. With more otherworldly color of the skin. It could work. Back to hentai too? Oh no, it's not hentai. Like for the supposedly dark and cold and edgy reboot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Apparently the original comics were like that and very good. I didn't read the original comics of Sabrina, but now you really made my attention, like, you know, there. Okay. A little bit less visible. Maybe a little bit more greenish. All good? Alright? And now, what we want to do is we want to make sure these guys can be actually merged together. I will be doing a lot of layers to basically show my progress, because that's usually what I do. Come on. Copy merged, paste, sketch. Good. And now, on this thing, we are getting this darker hair color. Maybe ginger. Too bright and too jolly. Something darker, something a little bit less severe. Not sure it should be blonde. I think they should have like darker hair, like brownish hair. Brownish on the darker side. Okay. Alrighty. This has to be like super blacky dark. Pink on their faces. Oh, this song is so good. It's Queens of the Stone Age, if you guys still don't know this band. Where have you been throughout all these years? But yeah, it's a very good band. And probably my favorite song they have. It's called Vampire of Time and Memory. So good. Sunchips, thank you so much for the host. What program are you using for painting? I use Photoshop CS6. The reason I'm using CS6 and not anything newer is because the new Photoshops, they are subscription based mostly. As far as I know, at least because my husband is using the new ones. And I have a box version of this one, so I don't want to pay subscription monthly if I have this thing. CS6 is before it went subscription based, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 28. That's why I'm using CS6, because I have a box version of this guy, and I don't have to subscribe to it every month. That would be pretty, like, money draining, you know? Make it a little bit more hard. Okay, I think about adding some crimson, like dark crimson on the robe. So basically, I think the color red, in opposition to them being very much greenish bluish, will make her look more alive in comparison to those ladies. Hence why I'll be using warmer colors to paint this girl up in the middle. These two girls. And colder colors to use on these two. Yeah, I have to make sure that everything has like kind of the same explanation because I'll be doing the contrast and stuff later on. I'm usually like doing color corrections later. Okay. Okay, it's fine, so I won't be like spending whole night on it. Because that's the like basically drawing from scratch, and I really want the commissioner to see it and say, okay, you know what, it looks cool. I think we can go on from this. I'm just making like a... I'll be making a base sketch out of this. I'm using some smoosh tool and some blending brush. Blend that all together. I have to merge. I have to merge everything. I'm always merging stuff. Usually, when I don't have to keep layers, I'm just merging because it makes my paintings more paintery, and that's the thing I wanna like get. Very much gray, I would say. Like a regular brush in here with a low opacity to make it all very much gray. I go entire. Okay. Eri's unorthodox use of color is deeply haunting. Let's see the Master of Arts. There's like a little thing that was... I'm going to show you that. I had one... okay, maybe I was featured in a few exhibitions in my life. In terms of, you know, when I was painting something and, you know, stuff and doing university stuff. So basically, I was involved in doing this when I was doing my master's degree project. It was very much, it was kind of like an interactive story / game about dying. And it was basically, it was very colorful and all, and it featured like those like magical animals and stuff like that, but the undertone was dying, and I was doing this exhibition on the side to this project, which featured these like magical, wonderful creatures in the form of skeletons. And there's actually a little snippet from like a review of that exhibition, which let me just show you. There we go. There we go. It's on my Instagram somewhere. I'm going to just give you the link. It's in Polish, but basically there's a lot of like information here about some other people's artworks, and what it says about my artwork is that Martyna Zych is me. That's my name. It seems to show human bones with a broken skull. And it was the darkest possible description that anyone could ever write about my paintings, because yeah, there was kind of like humanoid skeleton, but it didn't have a broken skull. It was basically like a very old skull that was somewhere there in the ground. And I was like, okay, I mean, sure. No problem. You work on the lower graphic levels on Witcher 3, got roasted on some article some while ago. What do you mean bacon that? Like, I didn't work as a graphic on Witcher 3. I wasn't doing paintings for Witcher 3. So yeah, thank you, Bacon Nut. So yeah, I wasn't a painter for Witcher 3. I was doing animations. So that was, I mean, animations as I was working on facial expressions of characters. So basically, when you have dialogues in Witcher 3 and people are talking to each other and their brows move and they smile, they're sad, that was my work basically. Not only mine, but because there was like few people working that, but yeah. Flores at Witcher 3's graphics, who the fuck would do that? I think they got, I mean, honestly, I was like checking out Witcher 3 recently, and as much as there are not many games up until this date which look better, I still think it aged a little bit. It already aged. Like 3D graphics have this thing where they do age with time, so I don't want to be a bad person and all, but I do think that they did age a bit. You know? This is very much of a song for this painting. looks insane. Yeah, it was a game of start of the concept generation does always age most, but Blood and Wine looks insane. Blood and Wine looks really, really good, but it looks very much. I think like core people, like Witcher fans, didn't like Blood and Wine much because it was very colorful. But I loved the art direction of Blood and Wine. I wasn't working in CD Projekt after the vanilla. I was only working on the vanilla basically. But not this. So yeah, so I didn't myself do anything for Hearts of Stone nor the Blood and Wine. So it was a big surprise for me how good these two and how amazingly different these two things were. You're good at drawing them. Thank you. I don't do it that much this time like I did back in the days. I was a concept artist back in the days. So I was working full-time drawing, and it was kind of like who I wanted to be, but then I changed my mind. I still like want to draw for games, but I want to draw for my games. Okay, we'll have to make sure the neck here is visible. And yeah, in general, we have to work on the part. Doing a little bit of green part in here indicates that there will be like a little light from the other side. All can be a lot darker than this. Okay, for real, don't have the words to explain this properly, but I always thought CD Projekt Red did something with the art style which are free to make it look like a painting, which gives it a timeless quality. I know what you mean. The palette of... Okay, I'm being hidden by my microphone in there. I have to like... 1, 2, 3. There we go. I disabled it. We were making YouTube tutorials on how to build the most insane modern gunship weapons already. This is so surreal. That's awesome, my bit. Crumbs, I think the game is getting closer to release because they actually released the demo on Steam and you can download it right now. So yeah, my dear 8-bit boyo here in the chat, guys, he's working on the game. Not only my game, which we're making together, but he's also working on Mother Gunship, which is a pretty freaking awesome game that was played by Vinesus out of many other people yesterday. So if you guys want to check it out, just feel free. There's a free demo on Steam right now. Maybe you can link it up for people. Okay. Sure, let's gonna have some boobs in there too. A little bit lower. I'm just gonna have like a green dress going all over this place. And boobs a little bit lower, so they won't be that much visible. Okay. Ah, this song. Don't go reminds me of that video of you playing the guitar Outstar. This one or the previous one? The trailer which I promised the music MP3, I was promised the music MP3 but I never got it. Oh no! The Bloodlines on I see. I really love the song. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah, we're supposed to add a little bit more crimson to her, so I'll be doing that. Making sure that, yeah, we'll be doing this with a blending brush, so there's a little bit more crimson on her in there. Or like saturated crimson. This could actually go this way even. And have her covered in this little crimson outfit in here. Make sure that, you know, like it kind of looks like she had it on, but she doesn't anymore. Yeah, I think I know what I'll do. Because she'll look like it was kind of like torn from her, so to maybe make it a little bit more like it's kind of like a ritual thingy. You know what I mean? She won't be actually like naked. You'll have the dress on, but it will look like it was torn from her. You know, look pretty cool. I'm not really sure this is what they want, but we'll try it out. And if they say, okay, it's a little bit too Victorian / brutal / we don't want them to look like it was done unwillingly or something like this, then I'll be changing that. We'll see. I think it's a good idea though. Okay. Make sure it's all blended out together. Again, we have to make sure this is more gray. Darker gray. Try to bright. Maybe actually darker gray. It's still pretty bright for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have this thing kind of a look. Yep. Pretty cool. It's very important you have consent before performing your satanic rituals. Exactly. That's actually what Ghost does on their concerts. There's this moment where they bring out the nuns to give out some goodies. I'm not really sure if it's like either they're like church waffles or condoms. I'm not really sure which one of the two. But they're like those beautiful girls dressed like nuns coming into the audience, and they're really nice about it because they always like make sure before they get out in those like sexy nun outfits. They make sure that they inform everyone from the microphones to please not touch them. Do not grab their boobs or ass, please. And apparently people are listening and they're really nice to them. Oh, another song which really fits this stream. Okay. A bit lighter tones in there on the hair. Yeah, this girl will be in a, like, she will be the most detailed as she's in the middle of it all. And I think it's just a good idea, per se. Okay. Someone has to have darker hair. Ain't nobody gonna love you like a dad. Sister Happy, welcome to Outstar Streams. Hello, Sister Happy. The moment I join, I hear don't grab their ass and boobs, please. That's normal. That's normal. Welcome. Perhaps the pentacle necklace? Not sure. It's not going to be like a very much satanic record in general, as far as I know. So I'm going to avoid much, you know, suggestive imaginary in there, especially as some people are very, very driven nuts by the symbols. Like I didn't really like realize how in 21st century people are still extremely touched and offended often by like symbols, for example. And they are because we were, for example, when we were developing the game called Eventide, and I was painting the stuff for it. We would have, for example, some crosses in there, or some, you know, basically, it was supposed to be a Slavic game, so any sort of like Slavic symbols that we sometimes use, maybe not crosses, yeah, but Slavic symbols in general. And we would put them in the game, and we would get the reports from the players to please remove them because they are like blasphemous or something. I don't really know, like people were really, really, really attached by some symbols in there. So I think using symbols in your, if you're going all in per se, if you're a metal band and you're doing like you're a behemoth and you're doing an album, just go for it. But if it's a little bit more of a like we're not exactly satanic, but we are kind of edgy, then I would say not to use it because it's not really that best. Is it surprising the Western world tends to deal with bad things by censoring them and creating more fear, which gives them power, so it's worse? You know, it's funny. I thought that it should be a case for less liberal countries, more conservative countries, like for example Poland. But it's not. It's like, I think it's worse in America for some reason. Oh, weird. Some sort of a necklace, you think? I think the bear skin looks good though. But she could have some flowers in there. And they should for sure have some flowers in the hair. Pagan symbols or Nazi appropriated pagan symbols? No, just pagan symbols. I mean, not really pagan, basically like runes, stuff like that. Runes. There are some, like, I guess, symbols of the Svatvid or like some pagan gods too, but I think what we used was mostly like just runes and stuff like that. I don't really know. What's the song? This is O plus S Theater. That's the song. O plus S is a band, and Trader is the name of the song. When we did it, forbid it, but you give it power, allow it to change its meaning to the point you achieve true inclusion, so nobody cares anymore. I don't know, man. I don't pay that much attention to words, but though I know that's because okay. So I think the difference is, and why it is maybe hard for people who are not English to really understand it, is I think in Polish there are no such words which are like entirely banned to be used by some people. We don't have, maybe it's because we are very homogenous, and it's basically very hard to empathize with the language rules where there's a word which is banned for the whole group of people, but then of course it requires some education and learning why it's a thing. You know, it's kind of like, you know, as much as we may not have it in a language because we're an extremely homogeneous country where people are just like similar, all of them. Yeah, you know. A really unique drawing technique. It's because you draw like artwork blurry and then you make it more and more sharp until it's perfect. I do that a lot. I did it the other way around before, but I do think this way is way better for maintaining the good form. Because I think the main mistake, thank you Lavender for the follow. The main mistake a lot of people are doing is they're going very much into detail at the very beginning. So for example, when you have a beginner's artwork, right? What they do is they start doing eyes, right? They start doing the super perfect eyes, and they're doing like, you know, and they're making sure that the eyes are freaking amazing. That's usually like a thing for the manga artist, so I'll be doing this like a little manga thingy in there, right? So they do like one eye, and they are like doing all those details and all those little like beautiful lashes and things in there that are going in these eyes in there, right? And you have another eye, right? You get into the detail as well. Let's say I'll just do it very quickly, so I'll be going there. But yeah, you have people spending like most of the time on this part, and then it was like right? You see what I mean? Like if you spend too much time on it, that's a very like simple way to, and then you have like this beautiful necklace, right? Beautiful necklace and beautiful hair as well. But the form in general sucks. You know, that's what a lot of people do. Hello, Therese. Hello, girl. It's just that Tetractus necklace. It will be a reference to my very first EP, and I can't think of possible bad connotations. No, Amatio, oh my god, hello, boy! What do you think about the picture so far? I hope you enjoy it. That's the guy from a band, boys. And Tetractus necklace. Sure, you do all the suggestions. You are the freaking person who has a say in there. Tetractus? Tetractus. Oh, thank you! Thank you so. Oh, I see. That's how it looks like. You mean this thing, right? Do you mean this? Hey, look, the killer. Nice to see you there. Do you mean this? Because if you mean this, then I'm going to add some stuff to it. Like basically make it less mathematical and a little bit more triangular with some stuff. Yes, okay, alright. Alright, so it's a triangle made of triangles. Easy. We're gonna do it. So, how do we do that? We make it white at first, I would say. Make it big enough for it to be visible. Okay. Okay. It doesn't go this way, right? It goes here. Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, I see. No, wait. I did something. I fucked up some stuff in there. Oh, no, I didn't. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, I see. Fine. That Sirius X, HR, and MDs are directed. It's all made of triangles. That's a Pythagoras polygon. And that's one of those. I have another one here. So we can be bros. Because I have the Metatron's cube on my hand. I really like platonic geometry. Oh, it's a Pythagoras, not platonic. I'm stupid. Yeah, but it is, if it's a platonic geometry. Because it kind of looks like something that the guy would come up with. We can be geometric bros. Okay? Make sure we have a little very bright kind of way to hang it on her neck. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Shut up, Pirate Fox, stop laughing at me. It's because I mixed up what Crumb said with what I was thinking about. Stop it. Okay, Matteo, if you're still there, Matteo, right? Matteo, if you're still there, what's the stance on nudity in there? Because I was doing a little bit of a, like, I'm not really sure if I can show a little bit of a butt. I probably wouldn't. and I will hide her nipples, but they will be half naked. These two girls will be fully naked, but they will be like covered. Is that cool? Or should we like clothe them up? Because if we will clothe them up, it's fine. Another question that always bothers me. How in the wide world of sports do you draw silver without making it look like gray shit? You make it glisten. You make it... Yeah, it's pretty like... Okay, so... Let's make it a little tutorial in there. In the meantime. You have a hands of a woman, right? Or you have a woman's head. Let's make it very brief freaking tutorial in there. Right? Let's say you have a... You have a neck and stuff, right? Why do I have so little opacity in there? Yeah, but you get what I mean, right? You get the... Let me just make it mixed up a lot. What I do. Right? I'm just not getting into the details of shading because I always do that and it's not in it right now, but you know what I mean, right? You have the neck. Just to be like a darker kind of a... God damn it! What am I doing? And you want to give this girl a silver neck, a gray necklace, basically, and this girl a silver one. My favorite up-and-coming Tiger player, Rikaru. I don't play Tiger. I'm not cry, god damn it. He always has the worst taste in games. Hate this guy. Anyway. This one has some kind of a gray necklace, kind of like a... Happy Little Tree is missing, I know. So basically, imagine that you have a necklace made of like a... not rope, string. And one is made of a cloth string, and the other one is made of like a real silver. So, first of all, you make a you make a gray one. In there, gray cloth material. Right? You make it flat. You can add some like undertone to it too. Why not? So it actually looks like it's like it has like it's 3D. It's getting out of a body somehow. There's a little shadow below it, right? But it's still very much gray, right? And now you might want to make the silver one. You take gray. But then you take a lighter gray. First of all, you make a brighter edge in there. I will make like a super simplistic tutorial for it, super simplistic. So, you know, you have to detail it a little bit more. First of all, you're making the base with the highlight on the top or on the bottom, depends. And then you determine where is your light source. Let's say the light source is there, so we have like this part is shining in here, this part is darker. Right? This is like lighter in general. This is lighter, this is darker. right? So we have like a light source in here. This part is way lighter than the other one. And that's when your silver shines. You take a lighter silver in there and you start doing reflections. See what I mean? You make a little bit of a... And also, silver is... The difference between just doing a light is that there's always the outer light as well. So basically, you have to also like... You can even like reflect the colors in there too. So you can reflect a little bit of this color in here. You can take colors from around her body and reflect her in a silver a little bit. Especially, but not as much as I thought. What screen are you using to draw on? It looks super. It's Wacom Cine 24 HD. Yes. Photo silver. You see the difference? Like, I know it's super simplistic, but when you want to draw something gray, just draw it gray. When you do something silver, just think about reflections. Just think about... It's the same with gold. You can also take like a yellowish... But gold is a little bit... Sometimes a little bit more greenish even. But, you know, basically just make it freaking reflect. Make it react to light a lot more. It's metallic thingy, you know? It's the thing with a ball. You have a freaking ball, right? Ball number 1. Ball number 2. How will a ball made of like a non-reflective material react? It will get a little bit darker, sure. And it will get a little bit lighter in here. So basically that's like a not reflective material, matte material, right? And when you take a silver one, it will react like this. See? The difference. So this is the matte material. This is the material like clothing, cloth, like wood is reacting similarly. Wood is pretty much matte. But this is like a translucent material. Translucent, what I'm saying, shining material. Basically shining stuff, shining balls. Being able to learning how to draw, so this is super dope. It's almost like stone or clay. Yeah, exactly. This is how you do the stone. Everything that is not reflective, although if that would be like a stone and it's wet, you have to add some like little reflections in there. If it's a wet stone. If it's a wet stone, you add some like wet reflections there in there, you know? And shiny balls. I hope it's... if a silver was just surrounded by gray walls, then that will be hard to differentiate from normal gray metal. Okay, so if a silver object is in a super impossible place, which has no light in it, absolutely no light, but also no darkness, that's what you mean. So if you would take, it's like a rendering thingy. If you would take a silver room, a gray room, without any lights, right? Let's say the room is like this, right? And you put the gray object in there, or silver. This is a very unrealistic situation where you have like a room without any shadows or any light. But when you add a light source in there, like a little light bulb, right? When you add a light bulb is shining on the silver object. And it starts to get shiny here. And this is already how silver works. If that will be matte, it will be way less visible without those shining moments. We explained the basics of Outstar. Yeah, I'm hoping this helped. Light with gray surroundings would just pick up too much gray. A secular of a light source might call your attention. I was using to explain it's out of the world, out of this world. Yeah, exactly. So basically, a gray room without light or darkness would make it extremely, like, just matte, basically, because there's nothing reflecting in it. It will reflect gray. But I guess it would have to be the same tone of gray too. So if you are making a super neutral light in a gray room and put a silver object in it, it will be still a different kind of a gray. So you can do reflections in a different color of gray. You know, just like a very realistic thing. But yeah, that's basically how it works. Hello, kitty. Hey, honey. And a gray cat appears. Very not shining, very matte cat. You have to punch her booty a little bit before we'll go back to painting. Punch the pussy. Punch the pussy. Punch the pussy. Punch it super much. Good song. You fine? One more pussy spanking, right? Are we okay with pussy spanking already? No, she wants more, okay. Sorry, we always have to make some break for pussy spanking on these streams, okay? Okay, you done? You done. Good. Alright, so we have this little I think it's a really cool idea with this. Okay, I'm sorry. Editor update, Polar Vortex and Spot Food comboed 2 out of 4 investigations died. I don't think we're going to save the word sorry. I'm always getting this card away from Editor, the one that makes your investigations go back. Because this is the worst. Can you please not show your booty to the chat? Because that's kind of perverted. You have a really cute card. Seems like a nice creative break to have a cat appear. Yeah, I have 2 cats, but my other cat never... my other cat is an attention whore, basically. She is a horrible attention whore. Whether I'm streaming, whether I have guests in the house, whatever is happening, she's always there to show off. Like, that's what she is. She's an exhibition cat, basically. She wants to show off how cute she is, always and forever. My other cat is very much of a shy boy. He doesn't want that. I'm making like a little gray filling in there. Or maybe shouldn't we do the filling? I think it maybe good if it will be actually silver, no? I might want to invest in one of these screens. You can invest in a cheaper one, just smaller. Although if you're not used to drawing on tablet, I would absolutely recommend to first get a non-screen tablet, which are very cheap, and just get used to it, because this is not mine, this is my husband's. He bought it, I mean, he bought it to us per se, but he was going to be the person who is majorly using it. He bought it and he could never ever get himself to draw on this well, better than like, because he's a traditional drawing person. He draws with a pencil. And he could never get himself to draw on this, so basically I use it, like, I use it all the time. He painted one picture on it, and since then he was like, okay, I'm out. I don't want to do it anymore. It's stupid. You use it instead. You know, I'm cool with that. You know, I'm absolutely cool because I have a super cool tablet because of that. But just letting you know that it's something that might happen. You might just not really be into drawing on it. So, I'm sorry I coughed, cats. Come back. Come back. I love you. Come back. Okay. This little guy will be there. And we have to make sure that the inner sides of this is also very, very bright and nice. I'll be detailing it a little bit like later on. Okay. We'll be leaving it there. Driving digital is so great. It's just investment on tablet, then you don't have to buy any colors and tools and stuff. That's why I decided to do digital. I wouldn't have money for traditional. I get what you mean because I was studying art and I had to draw traditionally and paint traditionally. And the paints and canvases were eating all my budget. I had to actually go to work to afford studying because also the prints, oh my god, the prints were the most expensive because we had to print stuff on this like super good quality paper or on foam sometimes. Jesus, I would easily spend $500 every single exam session. I would like at least $500, like just to get the materials and to print stuff. Yep, that was crazy. The prices of the stuff was just freaking insane. Oh, come on! I'm painting on this layer. Alright. Look at it, it's there, actually. It's fine. Good. Make sure that we have this all done in there. Art school makes you poor as fuck. That's true, that's true. This is a standard Polish family situation, peeps. Husband buys for us, wife is using that 19% of the time. That's true. I mean, you know what's good? He doesn't buy stuff like that anymore. Recently what he bought for himself, and he said for himself, was like a Roomba-like vacuum cleaner. So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. You just do whatever you're gonna do, man. In there. Make sure that they are also set. I think about making their hair maybe a little bit darker. Maybe this one should have darker hair in here. A little bit darker hair on her side. Pretty cool. And yeah, in general, I will do the very brief sketch of what I want to have on the picture in general in there. So I'll be doing canvas 60. There we go. And the back cover, I think about putting a little more blue to it. Sketch layer. Is it hidden or something? You should still see it there. Oh, maybe by cutting it, I did cut the sketch as well. That's fine. Okay. The back cover will be a little bit more about just, you know, something that will be in the background of text and everything. This is not something that I will be paying too much attention to the detail in there, but I will be doing the basically like a little field in there with woman dancing around. Hello, Critique, nice to see you there. How quickly you could draw the Baru emoticon at the corner of the picture? Okay. Oh my god, count it. Wait a second. I have to make a new layer so that I won't fuck up everything. Okay. Alright. How does it look like? This way? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go. No. Oh my god. What am I doing? What am I doing? Does it look like? Okay, this way. Okay, and what else does he have? There's like a little black thing in there, and I don't know. There's ears or something? I don't know what it is. No, it's a white thing with a thing in the middle. Oh my god. Okay, like this way. Is that better? Is it better? I don't know. I'll see what's there. Okay, it's also like a darker thing. Yeah. Whatever. It's done. It's a panda. Okay, I did the panda. Didn't know. Alright, we did it. Okay, this thing is done. Get back to this layering here. From the picture, we'll have like a tree, which will uncover stuff from here. I don't like this song. I am super mad at this song for playing my playlist all the time. I listened to it too many times. 55 seconds? Yay! Did it. This is a good song though. Okay. What am I doing? Come on. Let's get back there. Mix it up, so we have like a tree on the first plane in there. Plane? This is how you call it in English too? First plane, second plane. First layer, second layer. Hello, Volpine, nice to see you there. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoyed here. We're doing some painting of the cover for a pretty cool band called Søren. Okay, a little bit more of this bluish in here. Okay, and this brighter rain in here, and there'll be like a little field in there. Some moonlight coming from this side again. My idea. A little bit brighter. Do it this way. I'm just gonna like do it this way. Normal one. It helps. Okay, this will be also indicated in here that it comes from here. Actually, somehow like this. Like a super huge feather. There we go. This will be going down there, and you will be actually lining up this little field where the woman will dance. Holy Stepster, when I wait for 20 minutes, seconds, suddenly a tree appears. Yes! There'll be a tree in the middle, because this is like the cover will have like a title there. This will be like a closed booklet, I'm not really sure. Anyway, the idea will be this is the front, like this is the front, and this will be the back. On the back there will be like some additional stuff going on. Do it this way as well. This will look like it's the same picture if you open it, but it is basically like a distinction between the front cover and the back cover. It is so huge. What is that thing? It's a Wacom Cintiq 24 HD. It has 24 inches, right? I think so. I'm really sure. Hey there, Skimmy! Nice to see you there. Thank you so much for the follow. More bigger on the opacity side. Three in there. All the trees in the background, just to make sure that they're there. The forest after all, right? Wondering because of the we're based in Rome, Italy, but we have musicians from all over the world, mainly UK and Eastern Europe. Yeah, this is also like I thought, initially because of the name of the band that you guys are Scandinavian, and also because of the tone of the music that you guys are doing. The music is really cool, guys. You can actually find them on Spotify, and there's like a previous album in there which I was listening to before I was like playing this piece. And I really enjoy what these guys are doing. So I hope you guys will find the time to just give them a little listen. They're doing really good stuff in there. In the beginning of the stream, we were playing the song "Houses" that they did for the previous album, and yeah, like a lot of people were asking like what the song is exactly, and I think that it really deserves some recognition. But let's do it this way. Oh, come on. Oh, there. Matches up. My idea was to put a silhouette of the woman dancing. Is this music in the background? It's Bauhaus. Yeah, that's definitely music. I would actually remove this thing though. A second. This one. Yeah, because we want this to be on the same level as in here, and that's why I'll be doing it this way. Turning to note to Søren Kierkegaard, the philosopher. Oh, this guy! Oh my god, I have the book Fear and Trembling from him, which is very depressing. He's a very depressing philosopher. If you wanna lose all you're willing to live and basically come to a conclusion that life sucks, read Kierkegaard. It's amazing. It just looks amazing. I'm impressed again, like every time. It's not even finished. Thank you so much, Sinister Happy. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I'll make sure that this is a good piece when it's finished too. Trying to push Banter Framework. It's a 4-in-1. I'll play you some Søren music if you guys want to. We're listening to them before. An album called Stargazing. Or do we have something? Yeah, there's basically one album on Spotify. Let me play some stuff from him.
Everything will end, but we are just at the beginning.
This is Søren voice. It's the band that we are doing the thing for. Jesus Christ! What happened? Someone is destroying stuff in the background in there. So yeah, my idea was to like make those like little group of dancing women in there. That would be a pretty cool idea to have them dancing together in there. In a little circle. If they're dancing though, I think they should be like a little bit this way. Dancing is a little bit more, because when they are standing still and vertical, they seem to be very much like not dancing, they're just like, yeah, they're not moving right now. But if we do this, maybe just like going in a circle, that would be a little bit more like it. Matteo, is that your voice? Does he have some if that's your voice, you have some pretty freaking decent voice, man. I love the parts when the guy is whispering. Oh, no problem! No problem. Yeah, the voice is freaking amazing. Thank you for sharing your music with peeps. And I really think it complements each other. I really like the bands where you have a girl vocal and it's kind of like placed this way with a guy. One band like this that plays very much different music is July Talk, which I think really works super well. Have you heard about Dauntless? It's an indie PC Monster Hunter-ish game that just went into open beta today. Yeah, I heard about it. I think I'm not sure if I own it. But yeah, I actually what about playing it in the past? So yeah, I heard about it. I'll check it out for sure. We have a lot of games to check out. Tomorrow we'll be doing Detroit. So I actually bought the game today. I'll be picking it up from the store tomorrow and we're checking it out. Yeah, but maybe adding a little bit more blue to it. Make it more blue. That's better. Make it a little bit more bluish. Some playing a month ago seemed real rough. I think I got like some of my friends were playing it. I'm not really sure remember how much I saw of it though, but we'll be checking it out. Anyway, the games we have to check out before that is for sure Vampire, which will release in like 2 weeks as far as I know. And we'll be doing the free coverage too. We'll be doing Detroit before that. So we have a lot of games right now to cover, so we'll see. I'm not really sure how soon I will get into Dawnfest, but I will probably get to it sooner or later. Maybe I should dance around the fire. Check it out. Version. More on the sides. Like this. Okay. And a little green fire, like this one in here, but this like really, really otherworldly green kind of a color. It will look pretty decent if that will be just there. Let me just do something different. Take these girls, if I can. Take these little dancers. From there. Take this thing too. Okay. You match that? It has to like go. Oh yeah, I think that'll be cool. They're like dancing around the super green fire in the. See what I mean? You have to go do my Switch stuff. Good luck with your painting. Thank you so much, Volpe. It was super nice to see you there. All these emails about companies updating privacy. I know, freaking Rodo. That's how it's called. Rodo. I think that will work. I have no idea how Outstar always makes these things of beauty, but one day I'll learn her sixes and I can take over the world. I mean, then I can draw it nice too. Anyway, if you ever need any tips, I'm here for you, man. Let me know. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I think that will work pretty cool. You have these ladies there. There has to be something more in a red though. If we use this red in the on the main cover, I think it has to be somewhere there as well, but we'll see. One of us also base. Hey Zifa! What's up? How was your day? My day's pretty awesome. I already got like the lineup for next week, kinda. I'll be going to Warsaw for Tuesday, basically. Probably only Tuesday. So I will be back on Wednesday for the main page stream, and on Tuesday that will be my last day in the office of GOG. On Wednesday I'll be still like wrapping some stuff up, but basically on Thursday next week I am officially unemployed. Happily unemployed. So yeah, that's going to happen then. We'll see how this will work, but yeah, that's the plan for next week, and I'm very, very excited and happy to kind of, it was a really nice chapter in my life, but I'm very excited to close it, and I'm very excited to see what will come after that. For those of you guys who don't know, I ditched my job 2 months ago, and I've been like finishing it for the last 2 months. My job, which was like full-time PR person for GOG, and it was something that I just don't want to do for life, and the amount of work was just a little bit too much for me to focus on to be able to focus on other stuff as well. Hence why I will be shifting to do content creation. I will be doing more streams, I'll be doing more YouTube stuff, and I will of course do a lot more game development. So I'll be actually working on my game. It's a plan. Let's see how this will work. Look at that, I just got a sub gifted. Oh my god, on which channel? Let me see. BLS? BIS? I'm not really sure which channel is that. That's awesome! Isn't this a cool band, guys? It sounds pretty cool. There's going to be album art, but it will be a real shame if a band logo, album text, covers all of it. It will be, I'm already thinking about it. It will be either here, and here. There's a place for it, basically. So I was thinking about it. This might be a little bit darker too, because this will be less important. So yeah, there will be a logo in here. I was thinking about it. Don't you worry, boys. We're all ready for that.
When the tide turns again, where will you stand when the path you walk looks all the same? Same old, same old, same old, same old, same old.
Like the mid-color pop too. The mid-color pop, and we should do a little bit more in here.
Did we choose to wear an uniform? Wrong time, wrong face, wrong sound. We are all earthbound. Never surrender, never give in. Dwell in your sin. Wrong time, wrong face, wrong sound. We're all hellbound. Never surrender to all your fears. Blood, sweat, and tears.
I really like the lyrics this one. It's pretty cool song. Some less color regions. Adaptive iterations can be a little bit lower. And again, less saturation, more saturation boost. Oh, that's the houses. Yeah. That's the song that I played in the beginning of the stream. I really like how this looks like so far. Give it a chance. I think it just looks more like Nixies from Heroes of Magic. Pixies, you mean? Yeah, they kind of like Rusałki, which are the Rusałki. How are they called in English? Those forest nymphs, which are naked and stuff. Dryads, yeah. It's rusałka in Polish, basically. Driada. Driada or rusałka. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of inspired, I guess, you could say.
Walking together in the night.
Yeah, this kind of music, I'm not really sure yet how much similar the new album will be, but that would be pretty cool. Probably this album with no text and all the cover, but our record label sadly wasn't very happy about it. Oh, I see.
I'm blinded by love. Again.
A little bit of a watercolor effect. I can just middle it a little bit more.
Tick. My mind is black.
I'm using it as a
Eyes nowhere to be seen.
as a part of it, like laying it over it, basically. Sorry.
Right, but still.
A little bit of a texture. Curves. And music added to my playlist after last time when you mentioned doing their album. Oh, that's awesome, little Specker! I'm very happy about this. I'm very happy I can give them some visibility with these streams, you know?
Whiskey, diazepam, and sertraline. I need a key to this door. Whiskey
Your children are like, hey, Crumbs, I'm very happy about it.
and sertraline. Your voice is not clear.
Oh my god, it would look so good if we make it red. No, we have to make it green. I'm always like so tempted to do super different colors, but we agreed to green. Oh my god, I'm in love. I love red. Oh, okay, no, we're doing it green. We're doing it green. Outstar, stop it. Stop it. What if we make it a little bit like this, but she will be like this, and oh my god! No, Outstar, resist your urges, girl. Resist the urge, okay? The red looks also like no. Green it is. It was supposed to be green, okay? Yeah, I think this looks really cool. Anyway. Resist your heart? No. Don't get red on the other side? I should, but I still don't know where. Maybe like a flowers in there? Like little flower beds in here. That would make this dress more red in general. The album cover for this one was supposed to be red or green, but I think green will fit more of this foresty thingy.
We live.
I know, man, I know. I have to resist the urges to make everything red.
We bleed. We write.
Some flowers or something, it'll be red. So it will basically like
We
have the same kind of a thing as this one.
We fall. We stand. We're heroes.
Okay? 40, probably. Not all that.
We live. We fight. We bleed.
Wow! Some synth in the background.
We roar.
Interesting. on, info screen, get the hell out of here. At once.
We stand. We're heroes.
Blur it like a lot.
We fight. We bleed. We're right.
Were there some red silk scarf floating through, fitting the dress? For this like scarf on these ladies? We can tie them with a red string together. Thinking. Not really sure. Maybe just flowers or something that will probably make it nicer. Let's take a brush that will maybe like some dots here and there. Just lay them down like this. That could work more.
She's not here.
That could work. A top somewhere, just a smallish red silk scarf somehow. That's, I mean, yeah, but it wouldn't make sense to have like just a scarf hanging from a tree or something. I think some reddish flowers here and there would work. Have like the same tonation coming down from both the pieces. The mastermind, yeah. I think that, yeah, that kind of gives a tone to the whole piece, and that's I'll be doing it. A little bit more like 900? 9p? Yeah, but the thing is, the moon is there. It has to go this way. That's a go sign to go already. Don't worry too much about green. It has to be sort of greenish because it's a trilogy with each album have a primarily color, so I guess it was blue. It's a general indication. Yeah, I want to keep the green there though, because I think green really fits the whole theme. And I like this like Shadowrunny kind of a greenish weird color in there. It really fits. I'm thinking about maybe making the lights reddish under the red moon, you know, stuff like this. Pretty cool. How does this work to have it more red? A little bit of red moon in there just as an indication. Oh, like, yeah, I know the girls are also getting this color in, but maybe that would be a good idea. Like, thinking about it, like red moon. Then we'll have to make her reddish too. Won't make much sense in there. I think white witches like to do, which or whatever the name is this, but they braid grass thickets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get you. Well, I'll be using some more like foliage on them with like some flowers in her hair and stuff like this. So I think blue fits. It makes it like it doesn't like. Okay, so combining blue with green is in general and brown is a very bold statement from an artist because these colors don't really fit each other. But if you know how to do it right, and I wanna make sure I do know, or actually try to make it right. We'll see. We can actually get these colors together. Yeah, I think this works.
But my weapons were not enough.
Yeah,
Here with me just for a moment.
that would work. And then we'll be like doing the details, but the details we'll be doing on another stream after, you know, Matteo accepts everything that is in there, and because I don't want to like go into details if he wants any changes. So I think we'll be doing that then. Looks cool so far. Basically, let me just make sure that we will be doing anything else to it later on. With the lens correction right here.
Take my hand and I show you. The real nature of our existence. Your power could strengthen us, but you choose not to.
Okay. And like still curve adjustments, maybe levels. Levels, maybe not. Maybe yeah, the curves are better for that. Think about the red moon. You think about red moon? Let's think about red moon. You can think about red moon in general. Basically, for that to work, we'll have to make it all.
As the night is cold in my soccer cloak, the rain fills the air with
A lot more red.
apples. If I focus intimate
That will work, you know? That could work as well. Let me just do it, a little comparison for you.
through it, the beauty of your naked soul
I'll be doing this in red as well.
lasts for me. But I want you to become stronger. I want you to defeat yourself in most blues.
Okay, let's do it this way.
Take this drop of light, the last one I am.
Okay, like this.
Take this drop of light and keep it close.
We'll just change the hue of it all.
Take this drop of light, the last one I am. Take this drop
What I want. It's not what I want.
and keep
Put a filter.
close to your heart. Take this drop.
This is looking awesome. Thank you. We're thinking about maybe doing the red moon instead of a blue moon right now. That's how it would look if we go for the moon like this. So this will like be a contrast in between red. All right. Yeah, that'll be the red moon, blue moon. Blue, like, it's not like fully how I'll do it, maybe. Blue looks way more mystical and kind of like. I think, okay, if I have to be honest, blue fits what I hear right now a little bit more, because it's a little bit more mellow, it's a little bit more innocent, but it's also kind of like frightening, while red is a bold statement, which I think would maybe fit the metal stuff more, something more dark, like, you know, like freaking fire, we're killing this woman. And this is a little bit more like, we are going to send her on a dark journey. Yeah, I think it's more innocent in there. You know? Yeah, I think it's more innocent. I think I'll be going with this one. I think that fits more. Yeah. Yeah. The blue feels nice and mysterious. Yeah, blue feels a little bit more. Red is a little bit more bold. Hey, gypsy pop still there. Blue is more happy. Happy? I mean, not really sure if happy. Blue is a very sad color. You know? What's wrong with red? Red is good as a bold statement. We had to try. We had to try because red moon sounds like something awesome. It does look good, but this I think works better. Let me just figure out the curves a little bit more. Maybe you can make it even better. Actually play a little bit more with red. Make her a little bit more alive.
We shall fight in disguise, we shall never surrender. No one screams, no one gets hurt. Where will you stand when the tide turns again? Where will you stand when
Let's celebrate positive moods, I see, yeah. With the blue light, the green is more dominant too, you know. Yeah, which is I think better.
same old, same old.
I think it's good to have one dominant color in there. We can add some more red in her dress, for example, you know, like we can basically make it a little bit more vivid in there.
Did we choose to wear an uniform? Wrong time, wrong face, wrong sound. We are all earthbound. Never surrender, never
There's another way to add red.
dwell in your sin.
No, I don't.
Wrong time, wrong face, wrong sound.
Do we like more dominant red? I think we do.
Hellbound.
Like a little more of a red accent in there.
Surrender to all your
Maybe I will get it off this lady, because this lady will be more green in general. The only red parts in there that will be like shining through this green will be her as in she's alive, and the flowers in there. That'll be a little better. Thank you, Nook. Thanks so much. Yeah, so basically, she'll be red, and a little bit more like alive, and the flowers around these dancing ladies will be also red. I really like the red flowers. It'll be a little bit more refined, but that will happen after I will just, you know, I'm doing like a general sketch of the idea right now, and we'll be doing the detailing and stuff later on the stream. It'll look good. I gotta go pee, because I'm sitting for 3 hours in here. I hope you guys understand my predicament. Let me just get this thing there, and let's listen to some music while I'll be right back.
With the flick of his wrist, he turns words into melodies, chords into church bells, fill up the alleys, lovers entwined in the heat of the night, and by dawn are apart in the shivering silences. We will pretend that it's all just made up. He's all alone, the love songwriter sings. Ooh, can anyone hear me now? So he stumbles
Back. There we go. Red light kills the green theme somehow. Yeah, we'll be standing with blue light in there. Oh, it's another band. What is this band? I don't know this band. Let's play Vampire Players. It's a cool thing to have, but I want for you to listen to one of my favorite bands, which is called Dead Weather, and they're doing a really good music in there. I just remember getting away with that with what? It replaced hydration bot with pee bot. That's true, yeah. If you can get the red dress pop out, you might. Yeah. I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the folds in there. I think that will look pretty cool. Somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I think this looks cool. Okay, guys, so just to give you a little rundown on what we did so far. Get back to the beginning. Okay, so we did a sketch. That was a sketch that we did. Oh, why is the sketch so low? Why do you have extras in there? Get away, extras. Now wait a second. Okay, it's better. Let's get the sketch up in there. That was a sketch I did initially. And it's a sketch of the ladies based on this picture that was sent to me by the commissioner. And that was the picture that we were supposed to base the whole thing on. And I made it a little bit different. As you can see here, the girls are on the same level. I wanted to make it look a little bit more like a ritual. Something kind of like, you know, like in the churches where a preacher is like putting a head on like woman's head and she's like, oh, visions and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing in there. And that's why they're a little bit lower. And basically they are like dominated by these girls. And then we're adding some colors. First of all, I was adding some lights to determine where's the light source is. I'm not God damn it. This was here. Sorry, this was there. Okay, we're adding some more light sources, some colors, some first like lighting in there, details, skin color for the ladies, skin color for the witches, more details, more lighting, more contrast, more stuff. And we started doing a little bit of the stuff in here too. We went there, okay, that's the picture. More details, more mood lighting, texture, mood lighting, flowers, mood lighting, and that's the red version that we don't know. That's how it looks like right now. I think I'll make it a little bit less visible though, a little bit less. It's not Wednesday, we can also know it's Thursday. It's Thursday today. I started yesterday that after drinking one beer and going to sleep, I woke up today that's certain it's Saturday already. Oh no! Well, that's not the greatest thing to do. I thought every day was Tuesday. Why do we have this thing? What? I always forget what the fuck this thing is, and I have no idea, and it makes me so annoyed, and I want it out. What is this pointer? Can I get the pointers out of this place somehow? How do I get them out? Off. Control. Shift. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? I don't know. It's so annoying. Let me add some snakes now. It'll be Taylor Swift album then. We can make Søren into Taylor Swift, guys. This is not what we do. We are proper people. How do I get this off? I always forget this fucking little thing. I said that before I realized what the song this was. Yeah, it's a snake song. That's a snake song. Take me in, tender woman.
Sighed the snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and lit him by the fire with some honey.
Snakes are witchy? Yeah, like Taylor Swift. No, we're not going to do that.
She found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. Sighed the snake. She clutched into her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. And if I hadn't brought you in by now, you might She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. Instead of saying thanks, that snake
What a
gave her
fucking snake, man.
just bite.
Horrible person.
Me in, tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman, sighed the snake.
Okay, a little bit hard to make this lighting proper, but what I want to do is I want to showcase how this actually gets on her lips.
You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm gonna die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Take me in, tender woman, take me in for him.
It's an eyedropper tool, isn't it? I'm using a lot of eyedropper, and I'm basically eyedropping the colors around and putting it. Now, this one is still a blending brush, which is like a super fun tool to blend colors together. And that's, basically when you go here in the options, you have the mixer brush. That was called blending brush in the older Photoshop, so I always called blender brush. And you have a regular brush. Let me just work on that area much. Isn't it just me or the left lady lower half used with the lower half about the lady in red? This thing? Yeah, it didn't work on that yet. I just, basically set it down like this. So yeah, it didn't work on that. Make sure that this is like less green. That's a song from True Blood. And I really like it. I'm not a huge fan of True Blood, but man. Leather rights, but still, yeah, this one. Yeah, that too. We have to. We'll make it proper, don't worry. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later on. Orangey lips, please. Okay, just getting the little area indicator on the lips there. Okay. What had a killer soundtrack? Yeah, I know. Players on the outside could be spirits. Yeah, it could be. I wanna like make them look otherworldly and not like entirely like they're human. And I want a difference in between these two ladies. Also, it will be a pretty nice difference between this lady in here and this lady, because this lady will be like submissive and kind of like scared, While this one will be just embracing it. Just give it to me. Okay. Yeah, this little girl in here will be scared now. I think she looks this way of it. Like she wants to get out of there, but she won't. Give it to me, witch mommy. Yeah, ritual my ass. Exactly. That's the plan. They all look pretty cool. Stop saying mommy, because I'm going to play ghosts soon. If you guys are going to do that, stop me! Stop me from playing more ghost songs on the stream. What do you have right now? Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Wasn't it playing before? Which one's that? Yeah. You need to make it like a little bit different. There we go. Oh, that's a sexy song. Kind of blind. Thinking about maybe leaving her boobage, like head nipples, but leave it out of a dress. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Random crappy art pic I just saw on Reddit. Don't click if you don't want to be creeped. I was surprised at how uncomfortable it made me feel. Oh, it's beautiful! Super cool!
That is the answer I'd like to hear.
Thank you so much, Goldham Cohagen! You have a ghost obsession, this is your intervention? It's not going to change the fact that my obsession is there. Thank you so much, Goldham, for your support! It means so much to me, thank you. What can I do? I just love ghosts, man! This girl is dangerous. Never stick it into crazy, guys. She's gonna kill you. No. Just lay in the ground. No. Oh no, she wants you to feed her. She's into that kinky stuff. No. Hello, Black Hatter. Too much what? Maybe it fits the idea, but still, what? If you want to differ between the two groups of ladies, maybe dress it too on the sides a bit more dread-like, with some vines around the arms and some flowers. No, I want it to be a little bit less in your face, that they're otherworldly. Okay, so on the first glance, there are like 4 ladies in the woods, but on like, okay, oh, they're like different. I see. Okay. Małe białe, cześć! The song? Oh, it's cool. It's a little bit on the kinky side, but you know, it's cool. There's no sexy song without a guitar solo like this. What does me more of sharks in the teeth, but their eyes, their lifeless expression. You know which animal has the most creepy eyes ever? Duck. And goat. Yeah, goat has a very creepy eyes, but duck is worse. My husband is scared of rabbits because of their eyes. Those fluffy, cute rabbits, they have very demonic eyes, yeah. Thank you, Mia. Thank you so much. I like it too. It's based on this picture, for those of you guys who are wondering. It actually has a reference. That's a picture that I received from a commissioner. He told me, okay, there's something very creepy about this picture. Can you make it creepier? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. And I was like all over it. Goat is bad. Yeah, goat eyes are so creepy. Oh, Pretty Reckless. That's a cool band. That's the girl I was playing like a child actress, right? How is she called? Not Olsen, fuck. It's not an Olsen girl. How is this girl called? Momsen, right? Taylor Momsen. The one that played in Grinch. And now she's a freaking bad bitch. You make me wanna die. I'm creepy enough, long nights also. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Trying my best. If you want it more creepy, let me know. Like, if you have any opinions on that, just freaking throw them at me. Is this a rabbit? It's a Pikachu! I think there should be a snake coming out of a belly button or whatever. Sure, okay, let's do it for Pyrofox, okay? Good enough? You make me wanna die, Pyra. I'll never be good enough. I like that. I'll never be good enough. I'm telling you, Jesus. This is an Adventure Time snack. What kind of snack? Hello, Angry Turtle. Needs to be an arrow pointing for it to say snack. Oh, what the fuck they do? No! Get it back! Fuck. Jesus. It's like... This way? This way? Because we can't do it this way. I mean, I think it will fit perfect in the cover. I'm just, you know... What's the final look? It's not a penis. It's not step on snake. It's a snake. Okay. Oh god. We're not doing any snacks. Stop it. You make me wanna die. beautiful torn dress she'll have in there. Fit her pretty well. This doesn't fit the stream at all. It's a good song, but it doesn't fit. Oh, this one is a good song. It's Bando Diao, probably a band which I don't like because I've seen them live and they were jerks. Okay, their live concert was like they seem to be like horrible jerks, but the song's really good. I was in their concert live and they were basically, I think they were very mad that people only know one song, because yeah, I think that the audience was also pretty bad. Because people were screaming, dance with somebody, in between every song they were playing. Dance with somebody, because that's the song everyone knows from them. And they would play all those like super sad, slow songs from their repertoire. And it was one of the most boring concerts ever, and it looked like they really didn't want to play Dance with Somebody, only like those super slow and kind of like boring songs. And finally, when they were about to play the hit, they just played super quickly to just get it over with. Oh man, Ciao, it's a cool song. Me gusta marihuana, me gustas tú. It's a cool song.
Ooh, the button's pushing, I am ready for the purple fall. Ooh, I'm all addicted to the sound of a
Oui, oui. It's not the same language, Gregory.
my mind's melting you. Ooh, I'm coming all the way.
I'm not a huge fan of high heels myself, but it's a cool song. All right.
So long ago since I
I really like this one, it's pretty cool.
down my spine.
Really good song.
I need your sweat as much as you need mine. Ooh, my mind's melting you. Oh, I'm coming all the way.
Something on a song about coming all the way, if you know what I mean. It's a very Twitch-friendly song, okay? And just make sure that we have this over with. You guys understand. It's very much of a proper song. It's a song about a man who is coming to a fashion show, okay? And he's going to watch women walk in the high heels and adore how they look like. It's not a song about anything else, okay? Twitch-friendly. Yeah. She wants revenge? Oh my god, this is such a freaking perverted song. We're not going to play Tear You Apart, no. No, other songs. What is this one? Become the Beast? Did you add some new songs there, Pyro? No. Oh yeah, that was one of the later added songs. So I don't remember it. Joe's Revenge? Nah, I'm not playing that song. We're a proper stream. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. You guys are the worst. There we go, yeah. Don't blame it on me that I'm a pervert having this song in the playlist later on. Thank you. It's a good song. It's a really good song.
Got a big plan, his mindset, maybe it's right at the right place and right time, maybe tonight in a whisper or handshake, sending a sign, wanna make out and kiss hard, wait never mind, late night in passing, mention it, flip to her best friend, it's no thing, maybe it slipped, but the slip turns to
Still rainy over there too, Ari? Nah, it was very warm today and sunny.
believe it's a fright, it's cute
Very warm sunny, I'm very sure. There's no rain. I'm there right now. Oh yeah, I got a drink. I forgot. But about when you think you'll be finished? Because I need to sleep. Oh, I won't be finishing today. Go sleep. Go sleep. It's fine. Amethyst Aurora. I'm using Cintiq 24 HD. Cintiq 24 HD, boy. It's a big boy. Everything smells like grass. Just oh my god. I'm so allergic to grass. I can't. Whenever I go outside right now, I'm just like, you know, it's so bad. This rich girl, I bought it many years ago and I was saving for it for many years. I was drawing on Wacom Bamboo A6, like this tiny thing, for 6 years. And then I was drawing on Intuos A4 for a year or two. And after 7 years, I got this thing, you know. And it was worth it, absolutely. Pretty cool stuff. One of my favorite album cover arts is, believe it or not, from one of my friend's bands. He made the concept for it, and Niklas Sundin of Dark Tranquility and In Flames fame helped create it. The art is stretched out in a digipack release and looks amazing. Can you send it a link to me? 'Cause I would love to see it. I wanna show you what's my favorite art. Of course it will be Ghost, but it's a Polish guy that makes this art and he's amazing. Let me show you. How is it called? Bielak? Zbigniew Bielak. Oh my god, this guy. He's a Polish guy. I have no idea where he lives, what he does, whatever the freaking hell he does in here. But what he does is just freaking insane. Check it out, boys. Can I make it bigger? Look at this artwork he does. This is freaking incredible. So beautiful. And my favorite cover is Meliora cover, which is this guy. It's beautiful. It's a school, but it's like an architecture in one. So good. It's so good. Oh, so beautiful. He does all those like sketches, which are just freaking amazing. I love them. It's amazing. Are those engravings? No, this is all pencil, I would say. This is engraving. Amazing. I absolutely love whatever he does. Dope, yeah. This is highly interesting. It's freaking amazing. He's called Zbigniew Bielak, if you guys want to check him out. And he's just crazy! That's just so beautiful. I love it. And there's a stream. Hey, Gamer on RPG King. Yeah, you almost did because I'm finishing soon. But still. My head hurts looking at that. Yeah, he's making like there was actually an interview with Ghost about him because he's doing all the covers for them and all the artworks, and they were like, we had to move our album release because this guy works so slow. They're actually moving the album release so the artist can do the work. Is my wallpaper waiting for Parafox version or nothing is going to replace it? Oh, thank you. That's my drawing. Aww. I'll do you a new one day. Yeah, that's my painting from back in the days. Where did I put my freaking pen? Guys, I have my pen. There. Where did I put it? There. Maybe can be super into girls right now. That's good. Why am I not? Camera. There we go.
Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you?
Do you recommend the smaller one if it's in the screen tablet just because of desk space? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so the worst from all my tablets, the one that I liked the least was Wacom Intuos A4, and it was for the sole reason that it was this big, and it was because if you have a screen one, go for the size. It's all great because I was doing also when I was working in the studio and doing concept art, I was working on Cintiq A4, like small Cintiq 13 HD, I think. It was 13, this was is 24, so basically twice as small. It was horrible. I mean horrible. It was still better probably than a normal tablet, but it was kind of bad. It was super tiny. This is like way better. And for the tablets which have no screen, A4 was way too big. A6 or A5, basically anything that lies on my lap, so I could just put it in there and I could just draw something on my lap, so that was the best. That's a pretty good fox already, you know, if we let her draw another one, she'll make it look like MS Paint. I know, yeah. Yeah, that'll be exactly like I'll do. No, I'll draw a nice picture for him one day. I promised Firefox a picture for his birthday and I forgot about his birthday. So, I'm a horrible friend anyway, so I should probably make a nice picture one day. One day. Like in 10 years. I think I'll be finishing this one right now. Okay, so that's Intuos Pro M too big for a non-screened one. For me personally, it was. For a lot of people, it's more because if you like when you draw, if you like to make big movements with your hands, that's better. I like to do little scribbling, so I'm a person who loves Bamboo or Intuos A5, A6. A5 is the biggest one that I like myself. That's like S size. It doesn't matter. Oh, thank you, Pyra. Thank you so much for posting my arts. You're a nice person. That was I was doing it on stream. I remember. I enjoy doing it. I should do more stuff like this in the future. Anyway, guys, I will be. GT Master Jedi. I might have to take a picture of myself to stretch out art there. The album is dark, so it's inspired both art, music, and advice. Just give me a link, boy. Give me a link. Speaking of which, guys, I'll be slowly wrapping up today. You forgot his birthday. I did. I'm horrible. Anyway, I'll be. Oh, there we go. Let me just check out this thing. Oh, this is really nice. Well, come back. Come back, boy. Come back! There we go. Really, really nice. Oh, that's very much Dark Tranquility style. Dark Tranquility has this album cover. Not album cover. The video clip where they are using those things. I know because I was doing a tattoo out of that one day. And I was actually like, I had to call him. No wrapping up. Call him.
Is $9.99.
Call him. I have to. It was supposed to be a sketch only, and I already have like almost finished like background for details. And I will be doing another stream about that. Do you have a platform or something I can see the pieces you've made? like we have the Discord channel where we share artwork in a like in an art sharing room, so you can do !back Discord. And you can also, if you want to see my stuff, you can also go for like Outstar Walker. Google it on DeviantArt, for example. I have Outstar Walker DeviantArt.com, or just Outstar Walker.com. Yeah, basically, that's all. All right, boys. It was a very cool ride in there. I was just doing like a base for the future details. We'll be doing another stream of that. Well, I'll be detailing it. And you need to get your butt on that ArtStation Outstar. I do have ArtStation, but I didn't upload much there. Yeah, I have to like refresh it. I do have ArtStation already, but just I'll do it. I promise. Okay, guys, let's go and raid someone doing something. Let's see who else is doing creative right now, and let's visit someone who deserves more viewers. Okay, because that's a very good idea. We'll be continuing that later on. Let me see what is happening in there. Someone's doing boobs. Oh, a little bit. Oh, Photoshop is great, by the way. Never had an issue with it. Okay. Oh, look at this guy. He's doing a lot of fun stuff in there. He's painting a little lady. Let's do a little raid on his channel. Let's see who this guy is. I have no idea who he is, but he seems to paint pretty nicely. So let's go to this guy and say Outstars raid. This is how we do it on the open seas, boys. Outstar, Pinga, you better write this, or if you don't, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna hunt you. Okay, back tomorrow for Detroit in the Thirsty Friday, and we'll be doing that this one later on. Thank you so much, and bye.